Cannabis Life Radio is paid programming. The views expressed do not necessarily represent those of JVC Broadcasting, its management, or staff.
This is the most unique radio show in America. This is Florida's only cannabis radio program. This is Cannabis Life Radio.
Whoa, Mr. Herbsman. Yeah,
This is the most unique radio show in America. This is Cannabis Life Radio. If you need cannabis as medicine, you need Cannabis Life Radio. Now, back to your hosts, Leon Hamilton and RB Barossa.
Your name. Welcome to Cannabis Life Radio. I am your host, Leon Hamilton. My name is always correct. And RB Burrow.
Thanks, sir. I appreciate that, buddy. It's all good. I'll get with you after the show, buddy.
The correct pronunciation of your name, sir? Just for the record.
For the record?
Yes.
Barroso. Thank you.
RB Barroso, Leon Hamilton, along with the usual cast and crew, and a lot of cameras.
You're famous.
Yes, I'm famous.
You're famous.
Now there's documentation of this stuff.
Yeah, right.
We're never going to be able to get rid of it. This is Cannabis Life Radio. Basically what this is Florida's only cannabis radio show. We are talking about medical cannabis, how it can help you. We talk about CBD, cannabis derivatives without THC that can help you as far as a nutritional supplement. We are the only cannabis radio show in Florida. As I mentioned, we're on 900 AM and 104.9 FM in Gainesville, and we're gaining stations every week.
Yes, we are.
It's been a very boring week, right, guys? Nothing happened in the news?
No, I'm sorry to tell you.
No.
It was very, very exciting, actually.
Yeah, a lot of stuff.
I
want to introduce everybody. We got a lot of construction work going on over here. I'm Leon Hamilton. This is RB Barroso. This is R2D2. This is our 360 camera. Is this on?
Yes, it is.
So we're being
live,
filmed live and played on Facebook Live right now? Is that what's going on? Yes. Or is this just...
This is recording.
Yeah, okay. So we are definitely on Facebook Live right now.
Nice.
I don't want my face on camera. Listen, before I introduce the rest, everybody else here, I got to tell a real quick story. The reason when I went into broadcasting in the 1980s, I went to the head of the broadcasting department of the college that I went to, and she literally sat me down and goes, "What were you thinking about? Were you thinking about radio or were you thinking about television?" And I go, "Well, I'm kind of caught in between. I don't really know because television's the future." And she goes, "Let me tell you something, Leon. You have the face for radio." That's what she said to me. I'm an impressionable 18-year-old kid. It was like my first meeting at college with an official, and that's what she said to me. You have a face for radio.
That must have been very inspirational.
Yes, it was very inspirational and made me... Well, I did pretty well. I'm here.
You got it.
Right?
Hey, you are.
I'm here with you.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
The rest of the cast, Silent Gabe.
Danny Perdeck.
Danny Perdeck.
Had to come back.
Well, we haven't thought of a nickname for you. Silent Gabe. Danny from Green Roads?
Danny Perdeck for right
Danny
now.
Perdeck. Okay, Danny Perdeck from Green Roads. I don't know this cat. This guy is the one that filmed my mole last week. We're getting along.
Mole.
So embarrassing. And this is the guy in the corner.
That's the guy in the corner right there.
Everybody can focus in on him with the 360 camera.
Nice sign, by the way.
The cast made it up.
So
They went over and beyond for you, didn't they?
Constructed that thing for you. Basically, what we're doing here is we have a weekly cannabis radio show telling people about medicinal cannabis, how it works, and how you can get your red card, or what we call a red card, which is your medicinal cannabis permission slip or recommendation from a doctor. We described the steps. We're going to go through that later on today. We have giveaways to give away. We have a phone number, too, 1-877-960-9960, if you would like to be on Cannabis Life Radio. We do have a phone call. Is that what somebody said? All right, put them through. You're on Cannabis Life Radio. Hello. Oh,
let's start singing again.
Hello?
Hello. You're on Cannabis Life Radio. Hello.
How you doing, guys?
I'm
Pretty good. How you doing?
Pretty good. Can't complain.
Do you have a question?
Yeah, so my question today is what's going to be happening with CBD and the Farm Bill?
Oh, that's a really, really good question. I guess that's geared to me.
Yes, that's you.
I can see that. Oh, my bad. Who am I speaking with?
What's up? Sorry?
Who am I speaking with?
I'm sorry, I can't understand you.
What's your name, man?
Oh, my name's Justin.
Hey, Justin, what's going on? The Farm Bill is actually, we've been, I just got back from Colorado now, and there's a lot of stuff going on with the CBD side of the bill and the states right now. But the Farm Bill is intact. It was signed in by the highest law in the land, which is Mr. Ex-President Obama. And the Farm Bill consists to continue. Now, what the DEA is trying to do is actually classify CBD as a Scheduled 1 all the way around. So in other words, nobody would be able to get it, whether it's from hemp or not. But what that does is it contradicts, and it's an overreach by the DEA, because at this point in time, they cannot present law or put law in the books. That's got to go through Congress and the House. So as it goes right now, I mean, you have Kentucky, you got Colorado. The states were 10 pilot states in the beginning. Now there's over 20 that are growing hemp. So at this point in time, there's a lot of money there. The Hoban law firm is actually going after the DEA. There is a lawsuit in place in reference to that policy and what they're trying to do. So at this point in time, it's in the courts.
So basically, real quick before we move on, for everybody that's listening that has no idea what we're talking about here, we're talking about CBD, which is basically the non-psychoactive nutritional supplement in cannabis or hemp that helps people without getting them high. So what happened was the DEA bureaucrat decided that he was going to reschedule CBD products or cannabidiol products as a Schedule I drug. And technically, a bureaucrat cannot do that. So people in the hemp industry and the cannabis industry, which have some pretty powerful lobbying groups, are going to challenge this. They've already challenged it, I think, Friday or Thursday of last week, and they've taken this guy to court. I think, that guy's already gone, right? He doesn't even show up for work anymore. He's gone.
Probably not. They're out the door.
Yeah, he's done. So we have a
what brings us up to the point that you made, and which basically, go ahead and I'll let you go with it because you found it.
Oh yeah. Basically, everybody's talking about the new WhiteHouse.gov website and the changes that have been happening to it, complaining about things that have been taken off since Barack Obama has left office, and now we have President Trump. Well, one of the things that has mysteriously disappeared is the reasoning behind the White House's stance against cannabis. So that's a good sign to look forward into the future. And also, I noticed that when President Trump had his first presidential news conference the other day, the first thing out of his mouth before he talked about anything else is how he was going to stand up to Big Pharma. So
I love that.
It was pretty interesting. You never see politicians ever say those words, and It's pretty interesting to me just that he good catch, by the way. I hope somebody caught that on camera. That was pretty incredible.
I hope we answered your question. Is there anything else specific that you were asking about, or it was based on the CBD aspects of it?
I have a few more if you guys have time for them.
Yeah, we got a minute or two.
We got a minute or two. Go ahead.
Shoot.
All right. So let's see. Where can my family member, out of state, get the product, and is it legal for me to ship it to them or no?
Yes, it is. We do ship to over 50 to all 50 states right now. You would just go to greenroadsworld.com, and you could go through that website, and we have all the products there, and we would be able to ship to any of the states. We typically stay away from Alabama. And Wisconsin and West Virginia. But besides that, everybody else is pretty friendly in reference to that. We're in 3,100 stores right now, and we do about 100 shipments a day. So I'm pretty confident that you will not have a problem.
All right. And one last one real quick.
One more.
So will my everyday doctor exactly know what CBD is, and would I be able to get a prescription from them, or is there a certain person I'd have to go to?
The product that we have is a food additive. In other words, we have no THC in our products. If you're looking for basically the Charlotte's website or what ended up happening in 2014 when Rick Scott signed into law the low THC, high CBD side, I would just recommend for you to go online and look for the doctors that are actually certified to be able to write that.
But to use those products, you have to be epileptic or ready to die.
The symptoms are just it's ridiculous.
Right now, it's only those two, right? You have to be.
No, there's about 10 of them. There's
10 total.
Yeah, there's 10 total. But still, it's the doctors typically that you're going to go to are not going to know what CBD is. They're going to probably get more information from you because I'm pretty sure you've researched it. So I would just go online and see what doctors are actually certified to be able to write those types of prescriptions, which by next week we'll be able to give some of the doctors that will be available, for you to make an appointment and go and see them, so you could go either into the Amendment 2 side or to the high CBD, low THC side.
But the advice that I would give you, that Arby would give you, is to go online, do research, and check out the reputable companies and just get it as a food additive for now until everything else is all straightened out. All right, buddy?
Okay.
All right, man. Perfect. Have a great day.
Thank you for calling Cannabis Life Radio, man.
Stand in love, don't fall in love. Now my room has got 2 windows, but the sunshine never comes through. You know it's always dark and dreary since I broke off, baby, with you. I live on a lonely avenue. My little girl wouldn't say I do. So I cry, I cry, I cry. Yes, I try. Someone help me, Lord. Wow. I say I try. And I cry. Someone help me, Lord. Someone help. Wow. Is someone gonna help? As I would say it again, stand in love, don't fall in love.
Cannabis is medicine. Cannabis is life. This is Cannabis Life Radio.
Long, 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 long. la long, a la 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 long, 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 long. All right. A la 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 long, a la 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 long, 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 long. Push it some more.
If you need cannabis as medicine, you need Cannabis Life Radio.
That's us.
I think
Cannabis Life Radio is on the air. Florida's only cannabis radio program. That's still true, correct?
I think so. I think you're right.
Yes, and now we're on
And
video.
if we're not, we are.
Right. And we should be.
We should be.
Because nobody else should even try this. Something's bound to go wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Leon Hamilton. I'm with my co-host, Arby Barroso.
Yes, sir.
And we bring you, every week, we bring you the news as you need it for cannabis and cannabis medicine. Now, we also have Bill Monroe on the phone. He is the host of our section called In the Know with Bill Monroe. And Bill, are you there? Are you there on the phone?
Yes,
okay,
I am.
I want you to hear. I want you to hear what these guys at the radio station did for you, my friend. They produced an intro to your segment called "In the Know with Bill Monroe." Are you ready?
Yes. Be careful, my head's going to get big if I hear this.
Oh, here we go. I told you it was going to happen.
All right. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Cannabis sativa, the old standby cordage fiber, is staging a strong comeback.
Cannabis Life Radio proudly presents In the Know with Bill Monroe.
Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
Is that awesome?
I love it.
Is that
I
killer?
love it.
That is so awesome.
That's one for Earl. That's one for Earl.
Oh, yes. Thank you, sir. And Colin, I think. Colin, right? Good job, guys. Okay, Bill, you got news for us, cannabis news of what's going on in the implementation of Amendment 2, correct? What's going on?
Yes, I do. So Senator Brands just released his free market bill. That bill is more open and inclusive of minorities and other groups, allows you to come in. It has, it's just not 7 licensed growers, so it opens up to a variety of folks that has more reasonable application fees. Now, with Senator Brand's bill, is it going to gain any traction in the Senate? We're not sure. He doesn't have as high a standing as Senator Bradley, who also introduced a bill. Senator Bradley's bill maintains the 7 licenses. There may be another 2 or 3 licenses if they win their administrative lawsuits. But and what Senator Bradley did is he opened it up. He created milestones where at 250,000 patients, 350,000, 400, they add 5 additional licenses. But the issue with that is each time they add 5 additional licenses, and they got rid of the 30-year and 400,000 plant requirement. So anybody can put in to have a license to grow at that point.
Right.
And
nice.
but the issue with that though is that what is the criteria for winning? So where they went and had criteria where you had to hold on just a second. Where they had certain criteria where you could go in and you had to meet a certain requirement in order to get a license. How are they going to rank, or how are they going to store the various participants that come in and want a license?
Right.
And last time, the license was $60,000 for an application fee, non-refundable. So the state can make this a money-making thing if they want to, but hopefully they don't.
Right. They can just keep rejecting people and taking money.
It's
correct.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. And what else is going on, Bill?
We're still waiting for the House bill under Representative Rodriguez, so he's going to introduce a bill here coming up, and for the House, and we're not sure what that's going to look like. But if you take the House bill and you take the 2 Senate bills under Brand's and Bradley's bill, and you look at those 2 together, then we'll have a better idea of what they're thinking. Now, these bills have to go through 4 committees. And then when they go through each committee, they're amended, where the participants sitting in the committee get to put their comments in. They get rolled in at that point, and then you have a final bill in the House and a final bill in the Senate that everybody gets to look at and and then at that point everything gets rolled up, and then we'll really know what the governor is going to sign and what it's going to look like at that point. What I think they're going to do is I think they're going to maintain the 7 licenses. The reason being is because people have already paid millions of dollars setting up these licenses where they've had the $5 million performance bond and they've had to put all the infrastructure in. They're going to be lobbying heavily with the House and Senate in order to keep these licenses limited.
Yeah, but so Bill, and I don't mean to interrupt on that. Sure. But they're not growing enough. I mean,
it's never going to make it.
It's not going to.
I agree.
They can. I mean, I've spoken to a couple people that are actually with the nurseries, and obviously our background is more in the Colorado side, and we had 80 moms at that point. I mean, these nurseries are only growing 3 to 7 strains, if that. I mean, they don't have the capabilities of providing really good medicine for the people that actually need it. I mean, I
totally agree. So the more licenses we have out there, the more genetic diversity we're going to have.
Yep.
The lower the prices are going to be. If we have 7 license holders, the prices are going to be high. They're already high if you look at how much the patient has to pay for a milligram or a gram.
Agreed. I completely agree. I mean, I was talking to a couple people. We went to a big event on Friday, and that was one of the things that we were discussing in reference to those nurseries. I mean, great. We know they put the $5 million bond up. We know they spent millions and millions of dollars of getting the nursery up and running and hiring consultants to be able to grow, because these nurseries didn't know what they were, they were in the palm tree business and a million other things. They had to hire consultants to come in and help them get there. But again, they're so short in reference to the type of medication that really is needed for people here in Florida.
Oh, I agree. I agree on that.
I have a question. If the numbers that they're working with, the 500,000 or whatever, the 750,000 potential cannabis medical patients, if that somehow increases, if the sudden demand from all these doctors is so huge that these people have to go back to the drawing board and say, you know what, we need to open this up. Would that work? Would these people realize if doctors started complaining, look, I'm overwhelmed with people that want prescriptions, you're never going to be able to do that?
And I don't mean it's going to be the other way around. The patients will be there. I mean, if you read everything and everything that's coming out, by 2020, Florida will be either the first or second highest paying revenue of taxes in the union. Off of cannabis by 2020, if they do this right. Now, obviously, you have these nurseries that spent a lot of money. That's great. They've taken that big leap, but they can't hold back true medicine. So sooner or later, it has to fall into, diversity, as Bill was saying. People have to come here that know what they're doing and be able to provide real medicine for people that need it.
What do you think, Bill?
Exactly on that. It has to open up at this point. I mean, if you look at all the growers there, we don't see any diversity as far as people of color. I mean, I've talked with some of the minority communities out of Orlando. I've talked with the LGBT community down in South Florida. They all have individual concerns that that they want to have met. They want to be involved in this business. The LGBT community wants to work with its own folks. The same with a lot of the people of color.
Right.
So
because basically, I was just going to say that basically, for the people that are listening to the show and have no idea what we're talking about, what's going on is there are 7 growers. These people are going to control 7 different companies in Florida that are going to control everything from seed to sale, which means that they control the strains, the strength, what they're spraying on the plants, how they're growing them. Those 7 people they're basically setting up little, almost like utilities. Monopolies. So that's what's going on, and that's why people are so upset, is because these 7 companies are getting hooked up by the state government and everybody else is being left behind.
But that's the state's problem. I mean, that has to fall back on the state.
Well, yeah.
Because of the fact that, these people went out of the way. They spent the money. They went through their attorneys. They did what they needed to do. Now what has to happen is that they need to open it up, as Bill was saying. They need to have minorities. There's other people that have talent in this industry, from women to African Americans to Latinos to people that actually could participate in this type of business and be successful at it.
But is the plan to have those groups work under these 7 people's licenses? Could that be what's going on?
Well, they could. I mean, it all depends on the application and the interpretation. I mean, I've talked to some license holders that are open and they're willing to deal with a lot of with some of the minority groups, LGBT, small mom and pop entrepreneurs that want to do a delivery service or they want to get in dispensaries. And I've talked to other license holders that are saying, no, the way we interpret this is we're going to do everything. We're going to collect investor money and we're going to handle the whole thing, seed to sell. We're going to manage it. The only way you can get in is if you invest with us. And oh, by the way, do you have $500,000 or $1 million?
Great.
So it completely shuts out the small mom and pop entrepreneurs. I mean, if you look at the government today, the government says if you want to contract with us, you have to have a small business element.
Right.
Where is the small business element with this business line?
None.
No, and it's going to open up. I mean, we're definitely pushing for it. And Bill, thank you for that type of information, because we need people to really contact, the representatives from their districts and let them know that they want to be part of something that's good, that's going to help a lot of people, and we want their voices heard. So that's very, very important in what we're trying to do here.
Yeah, thanks, Bill.
Yeah, you're welcome. I was reading an article in the paper the other day where a gentleman was saying that he was going to have a dispensary and a cultivation, and he was getting ready to set up. And I'm thinking, you're wasting your time, you're wasting your effort and your money. If you are not aligned with a licensed grower, the way the bill stands today, or the law stands today, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
And that's where the abuse comes in before we let Bill go. I mean, that's where the abuse comes in, is obviously, as what happened in Colorado and other places. A lot of these people are taking other people's money that want to get into this business, giving them hope and not having any. So that's the biggest problem in this industry right now, is that a lot of people that want to do good and have saved up their money and go to somebody and they get misguided. Because Bill's right. You can't go out. I've heard people say, I'm going to go buy 100 acres. Great. What are you going to do with it?
Right. It's going to sit there.
It's just going to sit there. You're just not going to be able to grow this.
Right.
And if it's not zoned agricultural or zoned to grow cannabis, you just wasted your money because you can't even grow it there, even if even if cannabis was legal to grow for you.
Yeah.
Thank
you, Bill. Awesome information, man. Awesome. Thank you.
In the know with Bill Monroe, everybody. Every week.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Have a great week. See you next week.
All right. We'll see you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Bill. All right. This is Cannabis Life Radio. I'm Leon Hamilton. Let's get back to some music, and then we got some more topics to talk about, including we got what do we got? Giveaways? We have a giveaway.
We do have giveaways,
and we have live phone calls 1-877-960-9960. You're listening to Cannabis Life Radio.
Those boards are lining up.
Yeah, what I said, so yeah. No. Yeah. Get your hands in the air, sir. Woo, yeah. Then you will get no hurt, mister. No. I said, yeah. I said, yeah. What they say. Don't you hear? I say, yeah. This is what they say. Do you believe I would take something with me and give it to the policeman? I wouldn't do that. And if I do that, I would say, sir, come on and put the charge on me. I wouldn't do that.
need cannabis as medicine, you need Cannabis Life Radio. Cannabis as medicine, you need Cannabis Life Radio.
That's us, Cannabis Life Radio. I expected to hear the other stuff.
Leroy Jenkins.
We almost made it a whole show without mentioning Leroy Jenkins.
I can't.
Welcome to Cannabis Life Radio. I am Leon Hamilton along with my co-host, Arby Barroso. We are here live from our Glamour studios located here in the Palm Beaches. If you would like to call us, call 1-877-960-9960. Let's go to the phones. We got Joe from Tampa. Joe, are you there? Hello, Joe. Hello, Joe.
Hello, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing, Joe?
Great. So I got a few questions, and first off, I'm going to ask, would CBD show up on any drug tests?
Depending on, let me not say no, depending on who you're purchasing your products from, just make sure that any company that you want to purchase your products from has a history. Look at the reviews, go over their data, and make sure you have 0 THC. Our products contain 0 THC, so our products, I would say Absolutely not. We have a lot of police officers, firefighters, people airline pilots, people that actually get randomly drug tested that have been using our products for, a couple years now, and they have no problems with it. There's other companies out there that might not take as much care into what they do in their products, so I can't speak for all of them, but CBD by itself will not show up on a drug test.
Alrighty, and second here, how do I qualify for an MMJ card, and when does it start?
That's a good question. Right now, it really all depends. Everything's going through legislation. They are doctors right now, and I saw some this week that were actually writing prescriptions for the Amendment 2. Now, here's the problem. You could sign up to that. They don't know how they're going to do it yet. You're not going to have to go into a registry as you had to do with the prior law, but you're not going to be able to actually receive the medication that you're looking to receive. So at this point in time, there is the 90-day clause where you have to see a doctor for 90 days, which we are fighting with. Our attorneys are in Tallahassee trying to eliminate this because the doctors should be able to provide a prescription to who they feel needs it without having to build a relationship for 3 months. So at this point in time, to be able to qualify for that, I would just wait a little bit longer until the laws are more clear. And we would be able to recommend doctors at that point in time
The next big date, it would be June the 6th or 3rd?
June the 3rd.
June the 3rd.
But in March, they start now with the whole legislation and what they're going to do.
Right.
But there are some doctors right now that are writing it. They've had the relationship for 90 days. The point is that they can't get the medicine, as Bill was saying earlier.
You get the permission slip, but you can't get what you're getting permission for.
Exactly.
So basically, the reason I mentioned the June 3rd date is that means that the whole system would have to be set up and ready to go 3 months before that, which is why the March 3rd or March dates become very important, because you would have to see your doctor for 3 months in order to be able to get your card in June 3rd, and that's when that program goes into effect. So you could buy cannabis through the medicinal cannabis program in Florida starting September 3rd. Is that correct?
That is correct. That is correct.
I did pretty good, Joe, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
I'm learning.
Yeah, you did.
I'm learning.
Is there any other questions, Joe? Thank you for tuning in, by the way, in Tampa. How are we coming in over there?
It's pretty nice over here. I mean, it was a little cloudy a few hours ago, but it cleared up now.
Oh, yeah?
That's typical Florida.
Yes.
Florida.
Don't like the weather. Wait 5 minutes.
It'll start raining in the next 2 minutes. I mean, anybody could be a Weather Channel person nowadays. It's going to be nice and sunny. It's raining. Who cares?
Yeah. All right, Joe. Thanks for listening to Cannabis Life Radio. All right, man?
Of course. Always. You guys have a great day now.
Right,
thanks, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for listening.
All right. Our phone number is 1-877-960-9960. If you have a question, a comment, if you would like to talk to us about the color of shirt that I'm wearing this week.
You're not pink.
Anything.
It's not pink.
I'm not wearing pink this week.
I'm
wearing red.
You still got the pink bag,
salmon.
though. You still got
It's salmon. It isn't pink. It's salmon.
It's faded.
Just trying to be politically correct because we don't want to offend anyone. This is Cannabis Life Radio. If you would like to give us a call, like I said, 1-877-960-9960. If you have a question or a comment, if you would like to know how to qualify to get cannabis, medicinal cannabis, if you would like to talk about what's available now legally without a prescription, you can get food, nutrient products, food additives, products. Let me rewind.
That's a new sound effects?
No, I got to rewind that. My lips went out of control for a second. We're also going to talk more about CBD products, which are legal now and are derivatives of cannabis, which is the nutritional and medical part of cannabis that you don't have to wait for because there's no THC. Correct?
Yes, you are.
Yeah. Okay.
I would go more towards the hemp side, so it's a little bit easier for people.
Hempy-licious. By the way, I got to tell a real quick story here. Another death-defying story, real quick.
Death-defying.
Well, every week I almost die. It's a known fact that I almost die every week. Well, we were planning out the show this week. I was with Silent Gabe at Chick. Well, I can't say what kind of restaurant it was.
Chick.
They serve chicken fillet sandwiches, if that's a big enough clue for you. Well, anyway, I choked and I started passing out, and Silent Gabe saved my life. Yeah.
Say what?
He saved my life. Yes. And he He immediately, after I, had got myself together, he immediately gave me some CBD oil.
I'm like,
I thought he was going to do.
Yeah, he gave me some CBD
I thought
oil.
you were going to give you mouth to mouth there.
I was doing this for a while before he figured out that I was choking.
We almost lost you then, right? Yes. We almost lost him?
You are fake. Not on my watch.
Not on his watch. I'm not going anywhere. Okay, stay tuned for the next hour. We've got more information, more fun, and more tunes
And
here.
we have the Women's Grow coming up at 11:30.
Yes, the Women's Grow. We got more stuff and more tunes coming up here on Cannabis Life Radio.
Across the state and across the country, the Hemp Kings is your online home for hemp oil products. From organic hemp oils to intense concentrates, there is only one name you need to remember, the Hemp Kings. The Hemp Kings. Our hemp cream pain blaster lotions use natural essential oils to deliver hemp's natural pain reliever directly to the site of inflammation for long-lasting relief. Now, our Pain Blaster hemp cream has gone to the extreme. Extreme. New Pain Blaster Extreme delivers even more relief, even faster. The best hemp products at the best prices.
WSWN.
US. TheHempKings.com. TheHempKings.com.
Florida Home Grow is the state's #1 seller of hemp oil products. Stop by and check out their organic hemp oils, capsules, and pain-killing topical lotions. Enjoy a complimentary cup of fresh organic coffee when checking out our beautiful showroom. Florida Home Grow also carries unique hemp items like jewelry, soaps, clothing, and accessories. Don't forget to try refreshing natural lemonade or a delicious organic ice cream sandwich. Florida Home Grow is conveniently located on Lake Worth Road between Jog and the Turnpike. We're Florida's #1 seller of hemp oil products because our stuff works.
Marley's Tobacco Shop, your one stop for pipes, papers, and other smoking accessories, including a huge selection of all your favorite raw papers and cones. Marley's offers a wide array of hand-blown glass pipes and water pipes, many from local artists. Check out their selection of vaporizers and e-cigarettes and e-liquids, along with plenty of incense to light up your place. Visit Marley's locations 2 in Boca or head to Palm Beach and Jupiter. Marley's Tobacco, a family-owned tobacco shop with a minor in vaping. Marley's Tobacco, they're smoking.
This is Florida's only cannabis radio program, Cannabis Life Radio.
Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry. Be happy. In every life we have some trouble. But when you worry, you make it double. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy now. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Ain't got no place to lay your head. Somebody came and took your bed. Don't worry. Be happy. The landlord say your rent is late. He may have to litigate. Don't worry. Be happy. Look at me, I'm happy. Don't worry. Be happy. I give you my phone number. When you worry, call me. I make you happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Ain't got no cash, ain't got no style, ain't got no gal to make you smile. But don't worry. Be happy. Cause when you worry, your face will frown, and that will bring everybody down. So don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy now. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't do it. Be happy. Put a smile on your face. Don't bring everybody down like this. Don't worry. It will soon pass, whatever it is. Don't worry, be happy. I'm not worried. I'm happy.
This is Cannabis Life Radio.
I want a dance long then, I'm a then. I want a then, ribbit, Lord of mercy. Hey, in front of station, ganja pipe a bun. Smoke from the chalice, make the Babylon high run. Get vexed, no him go clean up the machine gun. Come in the dance, one come run dreadlocks, so we tap the bun. Jah know we tap the bun. One with a hey. In at the dance early one Friday night. Me and me brethren does a burn ganja pipe. Rip out the road and then me sight a bright light. Babylon a coming at him red black and white. Coming at the dance want to give I a fight. It a fit done. Jah know it a fit done. Lord, from Inspector Corporal to Sergeant, the whole of them have a gun in a them hand. Push down the damn gate, man. Say move your hand when you sight Babylon. Then him lean up him M16 in a corner, and him jack up himself on a stool. Say dreadlocks man, you take Babylon for fool. Ganja pipe is my favorite tool. I'm on a bun this from me I go a training school, Lord. It a fi burn. Jah know it a fi burn. One of them said to I Josie will, give me some ganja or you gonna jail. Me just dip in on me pocket for your whistle law. And one big stick of the strong ganja. Then me fling into a sprint of cocaine. Now I got this must touch the Babylon brain. Himself a wrap up a traffic commissioner. And a wrap another job for the lawyer. Then you wrap another job for the teacher. Wrap another job for the doctor. Now the lawyer and the doctor confess. Ganja pipe is a thing we're harmless. On it on your belly and it mash up your chest. It a big burn. Jah know it a big burn. Lord, pass the chalice cause I don't care. Yam piece and pull on me up and yam it with fear. Can't go to foreign if not be plain fear. Can't buy 1 foot of shoes, me must buy a pair. Round the corner, me have to draw down in a gear. If me can't punch, I me just fling on the spear. If I'm a son up in a half a 3 square. Inspector Sergeant Brigadier could be there. Right on my foot is a box of beer. You can bet your life that my chalice is there. I don't care. No, I'm not care. The Babylon just grab the pipe. After the Babylon.
Cannabis Life Radio is paid programming. The views expressed do not necessarily represent those of JVC Broadcasting, its management, or staff.
This is the most unique radio show in America. This is Florida's only cannabis radio program. This is Cannabis Life Radio.
That's right. We're the only cannabis radio show in Florida. This is Cannabis Life Radio, brought to you by Green Roads World. I'm Leon Hamilton, along with R.B. Barroso, with the whole crew, Simon Gabe, Danny, and the guy in the corner, and the mole guy.
Mole.
That's what your name is now. You're the mole guy. Sorry.
That is so wrong.
Sorry, dude. Sorry. We're taking your phone calls at 1-877-960-9960 if you have a question about medicinal cannabis. All the qualifying conditions, how the cards are going to work, how you get your permission slip, red card, whatever we decided to call it. We called it a red card.
Red card. Yes, red.
Red
it
card.
should be a green card, but we'll go with red.
It should be a green card, not only because of cannabis is green, but palm trees and most of the water.
It's Florida.
It's Florida.
Agreed.
Speaking of which, I wanted to tell you something. I came across the other day. Palm Beach County is they're calling a meeting at the county commissioners on Thursday. I can't get the full information with the date and the time. So if anybody
they're keeping it hidden, that's the problem.
Well, I think that's what the deal is. Basically, there's a meeting, a public meeting where they have public input about future dispensaries in unincorporated Palm Beach County. Now, you guys, most of you live down south in Broward or Miami. And
what are you trying to say?
Well, no, I'm trying to explain to you what's going on here.
All right, I'm just asking, man.
Because you don't have unincorporated. You don't have unincorporated.
No, we do have unincorporated.
Well, it's run
I'm
differently.
taking it personal right now.
No, it's run. Listen, it's run. Nice. X-Files. That's nice. No, it's a little different here because unincorporated basically means that there's no city government. And it's ruled, the rules and the laws and the restrictions and regulations are all come out of the county commissioner's office. And basically what they want to do is they're deciding whether they want to put a moratorium on medicinal cannabis dispensaries in Palm Beach County, unincorporated Palm Beach County, which would automatically be the number one place where dispensaries would want to be because they're away from the people. That's what unincorporated means. There's not enough people to have a city government. So now there's been pressure put by someone to bring this up at a county commissioner meeting, and I can't.
I don't get it. You were telling me earlier 75% of people that live in West Palm Beach voted yes
in Palm Beach County. 75%, the second highest in the state.
How can they go ahead and try to do this? I mean, moratoriums, I understand.
Well, I think that what they're trying to do is try to figure out something so that there isn't people aren't putting a dispensary right next to a school, or they're trying to do. But all they have to do is just say we have the same rules as liquor stores,
and that's
all they have to do.
That is part of the rules that they're looking to finish out in March, which is the 1,000 feet from a school.
That's all they have to do is just say, we'll wait for the state to come out with guidelines. That's all they have to do. But they're trying to every step of the way. I'm telling you, everybody. Every step of the way, every form of government is going to try to stop this. They're going to try to put up a roadblock, slow everything down. We can all come to our own conclusions as to why they're doing it, but they're all doing it.
They are. I mean, there's definitely certain cities that are trying to put moratoriums. There are quite a few that put 6 months.
Right.
They just kind of want to feel where everything's going to fall in, make sure the application process is right. But there are cities that just want to not have them at all.
Right.
Now, that happened in Colorado also. There was a lot of variances, and there's a lot of issues that they put in place and roadblocks.
Right.
And still to this day, you have certain cities and counties in Colorado that just went through a vote to eliminate dispensaries.
Right.
In certain locations. It failed because people realized that they need this. It brought in over $1 billion. And what they're saying right now is by 2020, like I said, Florida will be the first or second highest paying revenue of taxes on medical marijuana. And by that time, there'll be $32 billion that the government will receive in taxes with all the recreational and medical states that there is right now.
Okay.
So how would they want to go against something like that? Should they put restrictions? Yeah, they shouldn't be in every corner.
Right.
But at the same time, I see them probably pulling roadblocks, but there's a lot of people that want to get in this business that have a lot of influence, and that's just a roadblock.
Yeah, part of the problem that I have with this part of it is because the places that it's been done, like in Jacksonville, actually in Austin, Texas, in Kansas City, what ends up happening is they'll put the moratorium on future cannabis dispensaries, and then the law enforcement interprets that as anybody selling CBD products. So law enforcement goes into a place that's selling CBD products, a vape store, or somebody that just sells, calls them CBD doctors or whatever, just selling legal CBD hemp products. They'll come in there and raid the place, arrest people, and then they end up, destroying the products because it has to be tested, and then there's nothing in them. And then the people lose their money. The taxpayers lose all the tax dollars that went into these raids, and nothing ends up happening. But it keeps happening every time there's a moratorium. I'm just saying that hasn't happened yet. But if they do decide on a moratorium, that's what the kind of stuff that we're going to have to deal with. And then they're going to when is it going to stop? Are they going to raid Walmart? Are they going to raid Sears? You found CBD oil for sale at Sears.
Yeah.
What are they going to do? Raid Sears?
No, those guys got they don't have too much money.
Yeah,
Walmart has too much money.
Walmart's doing a lot better than Sears.
And I'll give you something. I mean, we obviously sell to almost all 50 states. I mean, we had somebody send us a letter from Wisconsin. Right. Because we're helping people there. And actually one of the bills, which is 961.34, went in, and they're trying to say that CBD with no THC, the state's trying to do research on it. So they went in, gave the owners of the stores a letter stating that they needed to get rid of all their CBD in the next 5 days. That ended up costing us some money because we reached out to our attorney, David Cutler, which is in the business, and we had to send our opinion letter to those stores because they've been helping people, and they actually want to go in and take CBD off the shelf, whether it has 0 THC on it, and they went in there and tried to do this. That happened in West Virginia also. So this is something that we deal with every day in Green Roads and with our products.
Right.
We stand behind them, we test them, we do everything. But even with that, you do have people that misinterpret
right.
or look at a federal law when they came out with it December 13th in reference to that law,
right.
And try to grab that and just try to pull things off. And we don't get it.
For their agenda.
For their agenda. They're uneducated because
right.
they're just not, they're misinformed. Let me not say uneducated. They're misinformed.
They're stupid.
And they're taking. They're taking.
They're
I'm
stupid.
not going to say that, but okay, we'll go with that. We'll go with
stupid.
that.
When it comes to pot, they're stupid.
So we understand that, and with the moratoriums, again, there's going to be a lot of battles. There's a lot of uphill battles here. Again, we were at an event. Danny could speak a little bit about that. It was a very important event. We had Green Spoon Martyr there. Very big. They represent some of the big companies here in Florida. And we had a great event. We had all the attorneys there. We had accounting firms. It was a very amazing event of good people that have a lot of vision in this cannabis space, that have that want to make sure that this gets through.
Right.
Not as much as for the money, but just because they see what it's doing for people, and it's helping people get off the opiates and a bunch of other things. So we're going to continue to support what we're doing in every angle. So definitely stay tuned to us and see what we're trying to do and push forward with this stuff.
Are we going to be on until it's fully legal?
We're going to be on until the last person understands what's going on here, man. We got to make sure that everybody knows what's going on.
Come on, man.
So we got to make sure, man. We got to keep pushing.
Yeah, we got to. Because this is craziness. Because if you think about it, you go to a 7-Eleven, you buy aspirin, which kills somebody every 10 minutes. Or if you take 10 aspirin, you're going to die. You're not going to wake up the next day. If you take CBD products or hemp products or even cannabis products, you overdose on it, you're going to wake back up. I mean, this is stupid. And the only reason they're doing it is it doesn't have anything to do with, to me, it really doesn't have anything to do with money. It's control. That's what they want.
Well, it's Big Pharma.
Yeah.
It's Big Pharma. And that's when Trump came out. That was very important that you said that.
Right.
The first thing he said, he was going to take on Big Pharma and drop the drug prices.
There's
been legislation for us to be able to continue to try to bring in competition from Canada and everything else, and they've blocked that. It's ridiculous what people are paying for medication. And this is a medication. This could be medicated and treat so many debilitating diseases and people that from anxiety, depression. I've definitely seen it.
You've seen it. You deal with it daily.
We were in Colorado. That's why we're in the CBD business now, because we saw the effects of what this type of medicinal cannabis could do for people and gets them off all different types of drugs.
What's the craziest thing you've ever seen that literally made you cry? Or not? I don't want you to cry right now, but what's the craziest thing that you've ever seen?
I could tell you right now between breaks. I mean, I'm going to have her on next week.
Okay.
And it's a little boy named EJ. It's Jen is the mom. And in March, she came to us. They've been using our products almost for a year now. And she came in with no hope. She was about to move. Like, literally, she was going to move from Florida, uproot, and go to Colorado because her 4-year-old son, EJ, had a tumor in his brain. And they wanted to give him radiation and chemo.
Right.
And it's thank God that a doctor came in. Her name's Dr. Lynn Meister. She's the head oncologist at Joe DiMaggio. She reached out to us. She was able to get another 60 days before they wanted to start that treatment because they were almost trying to enforce that treatment on him.
Right.
And today he hasn't had chemo or radiation. I'm not going to make a claim on it because the doctor's not here.
Right.
But I could tell you right now, the boy's 5 years old, doesn't wear a helmet, goes to school every day, and the results of what's gone on with him is an absolute miracle in my
that's
eyes.
awesome.
Miracle.
Crazy.
And it's we have 14 other families like that. We represent another 30-plus families. So in total, we have over 40 families that we actually give products to on every week that this helps. I mean, they come in crying. I mean, it's incredible. The feeling's absolutely amazing, and that's why we're in the business that we're in. I got a text on the drive here, and I told, I was in the real estate business and a broker for many, many years, and it was a great business to be in. But I don't make that kind of money that I made then doing what we're doing right now. But what we do right now feels a lot better. And I enjoy a lot more what I'm doing, and I'm happy every day when I go to work. I tell Danny all the time, it's not work for us.
Right.
We enjoy what we do. We're on 8 days straight of working, so it's no big deal. But we enjoy what we do because we see the results of what people tell you, what they tell us, what they write on Facebook, the emails that we get, the texts that we get. Thank you for helping us out.
Right.
And we won't stop.
This stuff is real.
It is
it's
what
not
it is.
fake.
It's real. It's definitely real, and it's incredible.
I used to think this stuff was fake. I'm not joking. I used to think medicinal pot and medicinal cannabis was fake because I smoked pot since I was like 17 years old, and then I got sick, And so I was like, how in the world can medicinal pot be good for you when I got sick? And then I started using medicinal pot, medicinal cannabis, and then, it got me too wasted. I couldn't even function. So then I found CBD products online, started using some of your products, and now I'm 100% better. If you use cannabis, you can use cannabis without getting high. You can use cannabis without getting wasted. Okay? So I don't even know what that means. Do you even know what that sign means? Is he communicating with us in a different language? What is that? It looked like Egyptian words. I don't speak Egyptian, man. Oh, I know that's a phone. Yeah.
You saw that part, though.
So anyway, yes, I know there's a phone call. I'll be right there.
Let's lighten this up.
I'm getting a little emotional here, and you're interrupting me. I don't even remember what I was talking about now.
It's all right. Let's take who's on the phone?
I got cut off on my own story. JP is on the phone right here on Cannabis Life Radio. Hello, JP.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. You got a question?
I do. It's a little off topic. I'm familiar with CBD for humans, but my question is, can you use it on pets as well?
Yes.
Good question. We had one of our guests last week, which is KeenCanine.com, and we actually help them produce some of their products that has CBD in there. Jeff Rhyme is somebody that you could contact if you go to the website. Absolutely, you could use it for dogs, for cats, equine. There's all the dogs.
Ferrets? Could you use it on a ferret?
That I haven't seen yet.
Guinea pigs?
But definitely, I would
Snakes.
check out that website. It's KeenCanine.com, and you could get a little bit of research there also on that.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen it myself.
Great.
I can attest to the CBD oil for dogs, definitely.
Okay, yeah, it's related to a dog. It's an arthritis situation. So
yeah, I've seen it happen overnight with some of RB's products, actually.
And you could actually purchase that product. If it's CBD, just give it to them. It's not going to hurt them, and you'll hopefully see a change within 24 24 to 72 hours, you should start seeing some type of effects on that.
And you'll notice too that they're right away that they start to react a lot faster than humans do to CBD products because their endocannabinoid system is so much more receptive than ours. My dog, it seemed like her arthritis and her hip dysplasia disappeared overnight.
Okay, well, it's an arthritis situation, so that relates.
Yes.
Is it a different CBD product for animals than it is for humans?
Well, what we end up doing is we do work with king canines, so we do infuse the products for them. It is a little bit different in type of infusion that's delivered, but it's good for the dogs. It's definitely good for the dog. The formula is meant for animals.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's kingcanine.com,
correct?
Kingcanine.com.
Yes.
Thanks, JT.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling, JT.
Thanks for calling us here at Cannabis Life Radio. 1-877-960-9960. By the way, 20% off all hemp oil products today, all day long at Florida Home Grow. Have you ever heard of them? Noon to 6.
They're sitting right here next to me.
No, they're at Lake Worth Road between Jog and the Turnpike. Shush. All right, this is Cannabis Life Radio. We're going to be right back. We're going to play some tunes here. We got from the Women's Grow.
Correct. We have Candice from Women's Grow.
Candice from Women's Grow coming up right here on Cannabis Life Radio.
Across the state and across the country, the Hemp Kings is your online home for hemp oil products. From organic hemp oils to intense concentrates, there is only one name you need to remember: the Hemp Kings. The Hemp Kings. Our hemp cream pain blaster lotions use natural essential oils to deliver hemp's natural pain reliever directly to the site of inflammation for long-lasting relief. Now, our Pain Blaster hemp cream has gone to the extreme. New Pain Blaster Extreme delivers even more relief, even faster. The best hemp products at the best prices, delivered anywhere in the continental U.S. TheHempKings.com. TheHempKings.com.
Florida Home Grow is the state's #1 seller of hemp oil products. Stop by and check out their organic hemp oils, capsules, and pain-killing topical lotions. Enjoy a complimentary cup of fresh organic coffee when checking out our beautiful showroom. Florida Home Grow also carries unique hemp items like jewelry, soaps, clothing, and accessories. Don't forget to try refreshing natural lemonade or a delicious organic ice cream sandwich. Florida Home Grow is conveniently located on Lake Worth Road between Jog and the Turnpike. We're Florida's #1 seller of hemp oil products because our stuff works.
Marley's Tobacco Shop, your one stop for pipes, papers, and other smoking accessories, including a huge selection of all your favorite raw papers and cones. Marley's offers a wide array of hand-blown glass pipes and water pipes, many from local artists. Check out their selection of vaporizers and e-cigarettes and e-liquids, along with plenty of incense to light up your place. Visit Marley's locations 2 in Boca or head to Palm Beach and Jupiter. Marley's Tobacco, a family-owned tobacco shop with a minor in vaping. Marley's Tobacco, they're smoking.
This is real. The youth them saying justice are where them really need overall. The way them deal with mankind, all my girls start back. Justice are where the youths them need overall. The way them deal with mankind. Hey yo, and then she not go cry for no guy in a no 3-piece suit. No pretty boy in a no Chris Nike boot. She no fall for no dapper, she no cry for no dupe. She shed those lonely tears for the little ghetto youths. They're falling starry, ex-news and cleaner. Food might be dirty, but his heart is much cleaner than those politicians fighting down sense demeanor. And get up every day, them want to run this arena. Extra, read all about it. Get a youth in need and there is no doubt about it. If baby want feed and can't do without it, Big 45 going to scout it. Oh no, the youths them balling out. You they get a youths them balling out. Hey, youths them calling out. You they get a youths them balling out. Well, justice are where the youths them need overall. The way them deal with mankind, all my girls start ball. Justice are where the youths them need overall. The way them deal with mankind. Listen, no I'm on this jack until went up the hill to sell some marijuana. Look up the bed, they broke Jack on and Bill came tumbling after. Think about beef, shit, that sheep to deep in the pasture. And if one try that again, it's going to bring disaster. Kings and kings are the lads of lads, everlasting, never last. Inspired I and I to be a man.
them need overall. The way them deal with mankind, all woman start bad. Justice the way the youths them need overall. The way them deal with mankind. And she not gonna cry for no guy in a no three-piece suit. Nah, no pretty boy in a no Chris Nike boot. She no bad for no dapper, she no cry for no dupe. She shed those lonely tears for the little ghetto youths. Like Bowling Starry, ex-news and cleaner. Food might be dirty, but his heart is much cleaner than those politicians fighting down sense demeanor. And get up every day, them want to run this arena. Now extra, read all about it. Get the youths in need and there is no doubt about it. If baby want feed and can't do without it, the big 45 going to scout it. Oh no.
This is the most unique radio show in America. This is Cannabis Life Radio.
Yeah, you know, no. Give me love, give me love, give me love. She give me good love. I just see it, say me love her so. And she's a blessing from above. My girl, you know you're good so. Anything you need, let me know. She give me love, give me love, give me love. She give me good love. I just see it, say me love her so. And she's a blessing from above. My girl, full as the breeze flow. It's a joy to watch the love grow. And she bless with the beauty. Pure fanciness, she's a cutie. No stress now, she choose me. Nothing she not take the argument closely. She solid as a rock and me choose she. Like when there is a sing, sent it to touch. Little girl, every time you pass my way, words can't explain how me love you so much. Me feel it from 19, no long from one day. Me woulda never break your heart now. So no worry yourself, my girl. Me coulda never break your heart, so no worry yourself, my girl. Cause anytime you want the love, just let me know, baby girl. And I will be there to give it up. Like you know, say yeah. She give me love, give me love, give me love. She give me good love. You see it, say me love her so. And she's a blessing from above. My girl, you know you're good so. Anything you need, let me know. She give me love, give me love, give me love, give me good love. You see it, say me love her so. And she's a blessing from above. My girl, full as the breeze flow. It's a joy to watch the love grow. Yeah, she bless, yes, God bless her with that cute face. But the personality, I would charm me close. Like assassin, I say, me no want no boring girl. Her sense, yeah, you ma me love the most. Me woulda make time for her any day. Keep the girl close so the love nasty. Any rumor that rise up, me boss it like my father. Me no watching me say anyway. Give me love, give me love, give me love. She give me good love. I just see it, say me love her so. And she's a blessing from above. My girl, you know you're good so. Anything you need, let me know. She give me love, give me love, give me love, give me good love. You see it, say me love her so. She's a blessing from above. My girl, full as the breeze flow. It's a joy to watch she love grow. Me woulda never break your heart, no. So no worry yourself, my girl. Me coulda never break your heart, so no worry yourself, my girl. Cause anytime you want the love, just let me know, baby girl. And I will be there to give it up. Like you know, say yeah, boom. She give me love, give me love, give me love. She give me good love. I just see it, say me love her so. And she's a blessing from above. My girl, you know you're good so. Anything you need, let me know. She give me love, give me love, give me love. She give me good love. I just see it, say me love her so. And she's a blessing from above. My girl, full as the breeze flow. It's a joy to watch she love grow. She give me love, give me love, give me love, give me good love. I just see it, say me love her so. And she's a blessing from above. My girl, you know you're good so. Anything you need, let me know. She give me love, give me love.
This is the most unique radio show in America. This is Cannabis Life Radio.
You guys need to be more professional during the breaks.
Not?
During the music, you guys really need to be more professional.
Nuh-uh.
Yes. This is Cannabis Life Radio. I'm Leon Hamilton along with Arby Barroso. We bring you this show every week. We're trying to get you as much information about medicinal cannabis here in Florida as we can. That's our goal.
Yes.
Is to provide information that you can use.
Absolutely.
All right. You got a special guest on the phone, Arby.
Yes, I do. We have Candice from Women's Grow. She's the head of the chapter down here. I think we have her on the phone right now. Is that correct?
Candice, are you there?
Candice, you there?
Hello. Good morning, guys. Beautiful day to be in South Florida.
Yes.
Whoa.
It is very nice.
You had some Cuban coffee, didn't you, this morning?
I had CBD from Green Road.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Nice.
How you doing, Candice? How was the show? How'd you like the event, by the way?
Oh, the event was great. I had a great time. Some great people there. What's really amazing about those events is that they bring in people, kind of like a Women Grow event. We bring in, they bring in people from all over the country who are interested in getting involved in the market here, and you get to meet people who you wouldn't have an opportunity to meet otherwise. And it's always a good thing to be involved in those. And you always meet just that one person that you maintain a lifetime relationship with in one way or another. And I think that's always a good reason to go.
No, it was. I met a lot of people. It was a really, really well planned out event. As you know, we had Bill on earlier when we were talking about the minorities and women getting into this industry and really pushing this forward so everybody could be a part of something that's really good. And that's kind of where I wanted to start off and ask you, like, how'd you get into this? Like, what brought you into wanting to educate women on this part of the business and cannabis?
Yeah, so I've been working in the cannabis industry here in South Florida since 2012 with United for Care. Kathy Izoldi and I, my business partner, we got into it because we have personal stories in our background with health and wellness and our own families, cancer and other things that we just felt like cannabis could have helped for. And so we began the process of working United for Care. And we gathered petitions to get amendments on the ballot for 2014. Unfortunately, that didn't get the approved 60%. But we also worked with them again after that to get it on the ballot again for this past election. In addition to that, we worked with Regulate Florida for the legalized marijuana like alcohol, as well as with Florida Cannabis Action Network, which is a full legalization bill. So we're still working with those organizations, pushing it to the next level, and hoping that we can keep it going and educating people in that way. And so that's kind of how we got involved in it.
I definitely congratulate you. I've been to one of your shows. We talked on Friday, and I know you guys have been putting a lot of time and effort into what you're doing. And we really thank you for that. And how is the business going? I mean, like, how are you able to get, who do you reach out to? How can they get in contact with you to be part of the movement with you? Can you explain a little bit of that for me?
Sure. So Women Grow was created in 2014 in Denver. It was created to connect, educate, and inspire leaders in the cannabis industry. And so what we basically do is we're a connective type organization. People who are aspiring to get into the business and people who are already in the business. And we're a national network. So we have 40 cities all over the United States and 3 in Canada that are having Women Grow meetings every month. But what I would add to that is that one of the things that we've tried to do at our South Florida chapter is bring in people who may not necessarily want to be in the business, but want to understand what's going on medically and legally in this state so that they can get help or health care for their loved ones or themselves. So if they wanted to get involved with South Florida Women Grow, we have a Facebook page, Women Grow South Florida. We have, all of the social media, Instagram, Twitter, so on and so forth. You can connect with us that way. You can come to our monthly meetings. They're held right now in Delray. Our next one's February 9th. Our next one after that is March 2nd at N2 Wine Bar. So you can connect with us that way. And it's so important. One of the things that we are really focused on in the South Florida area is one of the things that Bill was talking about earlier. I heard your conversation with him. It's just so important to get involved in what's going on in the legislature right now in Florida with things that are changing and moving very quickly and creating the kind of medical cannabis system that we're looking for to reach our elderly population here as well as, minority populations for sure.
And that's so important, is trying to get away, educating people, which I think was so key when you said that right now, is getting people to understand the stigma that's been around this industry for so long, and nobody really understands the good that it's done. And you ladies are doing an amazing job doing that. I know you have a lot of things going on right now. I think there's a cruise that you were talking to me about that's coming up. What's that about?
So one of the things that we did as part of Women Grow is we thought that Women Grow is exceptional at creating these networking events. If you've ever been to one, they're kind of known in the industry nationally for throwing the best parties.
Yes.
So, if you've ever been to the Vegas parties or some of the Denver parties, they're kind of known for that. And we just don't mean a party atmosphere. We mean people who want to connect with each other in this space.
Okay.
So what we decided that Florida is such an amazing state for tourism, just the weather, just everything about Florida is so conducive for this modality. I mean, we can bring in a lot of different aspects of the networking to the cruise industry. And so what we decided to do is work with our cruise partners, and right now it's MSC and Royal Caribbean and Norwegian are our three big cruise partners, where we're going to be having Women Grow-esque type meetings on board the cruise ships, and we're doing our first one April 22nd through 29th. It's a Caribbean cruise, where we will have 2 days on board of speakers and sponsors coming to our group, speaking about, they're all industry experts. A lot of them are coming from Nevada, Arizona, California, Colorado, and they are going to come and speak to us on board. We have doctors, we have nurses, we have some legal experts, we have policy experts who are, internationally renowned in those areas. And so we're bringing these people together to come on board our cruise to amazing destinations, the Caribbean. It's Jamaica, it's Grand Cayman, it's Cozumel, it's the Bahamas. We're going to, flank that with a cocktail party to begin, a cocktail party to end. We're working with the Rasta community in Jamaica to have a private festival when we get there. So we're trying to bring the breadth of the cannabis culture, the industry all together in amazing events. This is our first one. We're going to do Pacific Coast. I just had a conversation from our meeting on Friday with a gentleman who wants us to do one in Puerto Rico. So we are going to be doing Spainabis probably in 2018. And we're just trying to bring people together in a way that is fun, that is conducive, that it lets them experience other cultures and other countries. And it's just going to be a unique experience that Florida has to offer. And we're just trying to, spearhead that here in Florida so that we can bring people together.
I could tell you right now, and we've sat down a couple times, you guys are doing an amazing job getting that information out there and just educating everybody on what you're doing, and it's extremely positive. I think that's why we hit it off, and because we kind of have the same vision, is just trying to educate the public that this can do good for people. And you're right, legislation, people need to, it's just not about voting. You check the ballot box. You need to get out there. You got to call your representatives. You need to see who's trying to put obstacles in front of this law that everybody, over 71% of people voted for. So education, it just can't be just, touch the ballot. All right, we got it. No, we got to continue to push forward and educate our lawmakers and people that this is just, it's health benefits that come with this. And it's going to help a lot of people if we could just continue to push forward. And you ladies are doing an amazing job. I'd love to have you on in the near future and continue to tell us how people could reach out to you. Is there a website they could go to right now in reference to the cruise line and how they could get a hold of you at this point?
Sure. Our website is www.bangcruise.com. And our phone number is 954-900-6100. You can call us or you can email us at info@bangcruise.com. And we will answer your calls, answer your questions. And if you're interested in South Florida Women Grow, we're all over the place there at South Florida at womengrow.com. So, we are here to help the population. We're here if you guys have questions, or we can connect you with doctors locally, or you're looking for information nationally. Women Grow Network is vast. It's established, and we have people we can reach out to and assist you if you're looking for something specific in other states. So we're here to help, just like you are. I heard you talking about earlier that you're in this business because it's the one business where you could feel like you're actually achieving something and accomplishing something that means something. And like you, I'm in the IT industry. I'm a solutions architect by trade. I got into this for that same reason. And so it's the most important thing we do every day. It's the reason why I continue to have monthly meetings, is to reach those people.
And I know that's not easy. I know it takes a lot of time and effort, but when you have a goal and a vision, as you do, and what you want to do and conquer, it's not work for us. And I know you don't consider it work. I mean, there's a lot of hours that go into it, so I'm not going to take that away from you. But we enjoy what we do. And thank you, Candice, for coming on and kind of sharing that with us. And we'll definitely talk soon. I hope you have a great Sunday. And I'll talk to you sometime this week, okay?
Sure. Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me, and you're doing a great thing. I appreciate what you guys are doing.
Thank you, Candice.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah, we're trying to do the right thing. We're trying to.
Thanks. You are doing it.
All right. Somebody is validating me today. At least someone.
She
Thank
hasn't
you.
seen your shirt yet.
What's wrong with my shirt today? I'm totally. This is a polo. This is a Ralph Lauren shirt. There's nothing wrong with it.
It's a salmon shirt.
Sexy.
Salmon. It's
Salmon.
salmon. Coming up on Cannabis Life Radio, we've got more phone calls at 1-877-960-9960. We're going to recap this week and look forward to next week. Plus, we got more tunes. And what else did we go? Did you want to say something about the website, about greenroadsworld.com? Yeah, do you got a discount
We
going
actually
on?
do. Today, every Sunday, which we haven't mentioned because we've actually been pretty busy in here,
Yes,
but every Sunday, go 900 CBD, and you will get, how much, Danny? Go ahead. I'll let you finish this out. What are we doing?
50%.
50%.
You say that so smooth.
Is that the same as half?
50%.
Same as half.
That's
Same
the
as
same as
half?
half. That's half off.
Hey, a guy in the corner, is that half?
50%.
How much?
35%.
35?
Oh, it's going
I
up.
thought you said 50.
I was trying to do it for the people, man.
Man.
So for the
He caught
people.
me.
So we're going to do, the man in the corner is going 50.
Okay, so 50.
50.
Yeah, we got to go 50.
All right, 50.
I don't know. Sounds good. The cost RB money, yes.
Yes.
What's going on here?
All right, we'll be right
My
back.
partner here is in some trouble right now.
Right.
My phone's about to blow up.
Yes, somebody going to get hurt real bad.
Yes. Keep your radios tuned right where they are for Cannabis Life Radio.
Don't hurt me, Laura.
We all have to get tight sometimes. That's what we to do when we're feeling low. So take a deep breath and let it go. You shouldn't be drowning on your own. And if you feel you're sinking, I will jump right over into cold, cold water for you. And although time may take us into different places, I will still be patient with you. And I hope you know I won't let go. I'll be your lifeline tonight. I won't let go. I'll be your lifeline tonight. 'Cause we all get lost sometimes, you know. It's how we learn and how we grow. And I wanna live with you to a road. You shouldn't be fighting on your own. And if you feel you're sinking, I will jump right over into cold, cold water for you. And although time may take us into different places, I will still be patient with you. And I hope you know that I won't let go. That I'll be your lifeline tonight. I won't let go. I'll be your lifeline tonight.
Boy, come on, save me from this rocking boat. I just wanna stay afloat. I'm all alone. 'Cause I hope that you're gonna take me home. Somewhere I can rest my soul. I need to know you won't let go.
Never, 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 never let you go, girl. I'll be your lifeline tonight. Save your girl.
You won't let go.
give for the girl left. Me and your lifeline, me get for find out. Baby, nobody tell me say we time up. Now I make no cold water deny us. We found love. Girl, never trip too far, let's not lose this side. Wanna give you more love, baby, just in time. Mark my words, girl, I hope you know I won't let you go. Now let you go, never let you go, girl. Lifeline boy. Yeah. We don't know what's your tongue alongside Tash and Sniggy.
Ooh, yeah.
Sell them.
If you need cannabis as medicine, you need Cannabis Life Radio.
Information-packed show today. Information-packed from wall to wall.
Good job.
Wall-to-wall information today. See, you're even impressed, and you're never impressed.
No.
This guy's always looking at me like, what is this guy doing?
What's he doing?
What is this guy even here for? We could have done this without him. That's what he looks at me like. But today, he's actually looking at me like, this guy's for real.
Not too freaking shabby there, buddy.
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby.
He's pretty good. I approve. That's what he's looking at me like now. Before it was like this. What is this guy about? Look at that mole on his head.
Mole.
Welcome back to Cannabis Life Radio. I am Leon Hamilton along with my co-host, Arby Barroso. We're here with the boys, and today was very informational. We've got even more information we're going to talk about in a few minutes, but we want to talk about what we got coming up next week. We got a medical professional who's going to talk. She's going to talk to us about medicinal cannabis and I guess the qualifying conditions and what that you have to go through to qualify. You know, I think I told you the story about that one guy that there's a friend of mine on Facebook that had to write he put up the letter that the doctor gave to him, sent to him. She emailed it back to him saying that he does qualify for medicinal cannabis. But he has to prove, since it's for pain, he has to prove that he can handle something safer than cannabis. So
let me give him a Percocet.
Vicodin for 3 months. He has to take Vicodin for 3 months to prove that he can take cannabis. That it's much safer medicine.
And this is why we're doing what we're doing, because they got to see him for 3 months, so they got to treat him for something.
But it also says...
So let me give him some Percocets, let me give him some opiates. And then we'll come back for the pot.
Yeah, because we got to make sure that you can handle something safe.
Safe
because this crazy cannabis stuff might really mess with you. So we got to give you some Vicodin to make sure you're okay. So the guy wasn't taking any pain medicine at all. So now, in order to qualify, he has to take Vicodin. I guess she implied that she was going to test him. I mean, I don't even know if that's
that's actually they're starting to implement drug testing every month if you're going to a pain doctor to do that. So you have to prove. So in other words, you need to be addicted to opiates before you go on and get
Excellent job, government. Good job. Make everybody addicted.
Big Pharma.
Unbelievable. All right, we're going to take a little break right here, and then we'll come back for our closing, our world-famous closing here on Cannabis Life Radio.
Across the state and across the country, the Hemp Kings is your online home for hemp oil products. From organic hemp oils to intense concentrates, there is only one name you need to remember: the Hemp Kings. The Hemp Kings. Our hemp cream pain blaster lotions use natural essential oils to deliver hemp's natural pain reliever directly to the site of inflammation for long-lasting relief. Now, our Pain Blaster hemp cream has gone to the extreme. New Pain Blaster Extreme delivers even more relief, even faster. The best hemp products at the best prices, delivered anywhere in the continental U.S. TheHempKings.com. TheHempKings.com.
Florida Home Grow is the state's #1 seller of hemp oil products. Stop by and check out their organic hemp oils, capsules, and pain-killing topical lotions. Enjoy a complimentary cup of fresh organic coffee when checking out our beautiful showroom. Florida Home Grow also carries unique hemp items like jewelry, soaps, clothing, and accessories. Don't forget to try refreshing natural lemonade or a delicious organic ice cream sandwich. Florida Home Grow is conveniently located on Lake Worth Road between Jog and the Turnpike. We're Florida's #1 seller of hemp oil products because our stuff works.
Marley's Tobacco Shop, your one stop for pipes, papers, and other smoking accessories, including a huge selection of all your favorite raw papers and cones. Marley's offers a wide array of hand-blown glass pipes and water pipes, many from local artists. Check out their selection of vaporizers and e-cigarettes and e-liquids, along with plenty of incense to light up your place. Visit Marley's locations 2 in Boca or head to Palm Beach and Jupiter. Marley's Tobacco, a family-owned tobacco shop with a minor in vaping. Marley's Tobacco, they're smoking.
That's coming.
They're smoking. They're smoking. They're smoking. They're smoking. Welcome back to Cannabis Life Radio. Everybody's having their own little personal conversation. Arby's looking for a bat to hit me over the head with, by the way.
What you got?
What you got? What you got? What you got? Basically, this is the world-famous closing of our show. We're going to talk a little bit here about, you want to tell a story about law enforcement.
It's not law enforcement.
Okay,
it's the cost of what it costs the taxpayers and a lot of people
to incarcerate cannabis,
to incarcerate people for possession, not even for selling much, just basically possession.
Right.
There were 700,000 arrests.
Okay.
Out of 700,000 arrests, 88% of those people was for possession.
Okay.
Cost $3.6 billion
it's like
to enforce the law. That's not including everything else that went with it.
Right.
So this could help in so many different ways.
Right.
Because we don't have to put somebody in jail that has a possession that's 19 years old or 17 years old.
Ruin their whole lives.
And ruin their whole lives.
And then with the thing that I was talking to you about before, when you were talking about going over these numbers, and then these people are arrested for cannabis, and they're sitting in the jails, and then the people that are committing felonies constantly, they have no room to keep these people in jail, so they let them out. Like that cop killer up in Orlando, he was arrested over 20 times. He was like 20 felonies on his record, and he had been let go. Then he's killing pregnant women and cops, and then people that are smoking cannabis keep getting thrown in jail while these people keep getting let out. It makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
It's a waste of money. It's a waste of time, and it's a waste of effort, and we got to stop it.
And that's exactly what we're here to do.
Yeah.
Is stop this.
That's what this show is all about. We've got to be a little entertaining, a little obnoxious, and very informative.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm a lot obnoxious. Leave me alone.
What do we got going on next week?
We got multiple guests. We're going to have a lot more information about what's going on with the implementation. Implementation? Yeah, that's the right word. Implementation of Amendment 2. I don't even know anymore. I've said it 15 times today. I don't even remember. The implementation of Amendment 2. Amendment 2. Remember Amendment 2?
Deuce.
It's like a little echo.
Deuces.
It's an echo effect. Reverb. Like in the 70s radio stations. Back when I started. Basically, we're going to have a lot more information on what's going on with the implementation of the Florida's medicinal cannabis. Also, we want you to tell your friends. If you know somebody that is interested in getting a card or qualifying for medicinal cannabis in Florida, tell them to listen to our show or to go to the Cannabis Life Radio Facebook page or to Green Road's Facebook page and check out the live feed or the video or the tape or the we're doing video too?
That's old school live feed.
Live feed.
We're the new generation.
I'm so old.
Live feed.
But so it's live feed, even though it wouldn't be live.
It is live.
No, but if it wasn't,
that's why it's live.
Yeah, no, but it was.
No,
2
it is
o'clock
live.
No, no, but 2:00 in this afternoon.
Well, that's
great. I get no respect in this place. Why am I even the host? What is going on here? I've lost complete control of this radio program.
That's because everybody took a break.
I'm fired. Yes. So make sure you join us next week. We've got more fun, more information, and lots of killer tunes right here on Cannabis Life Radio. Brought to you by Green Roads World.
Sipping Hennessy and we be bubbling, yo. Set to minor teas, we gotta take it slow. So in the city, yes, be floating, don't provoke him, cause the girls were poking. Best thing for the recreation, to get the best girls in every nation. Our girls we promoting and supporting, and them love how we floating, hear them shouting. First class ticket invitation, girl from New York, England and Jamaica every day. We be burning, not concerning what nobody wanna say. We be earning dollars, turning, cause we minded when we pay. More than gold and oil and diamonds, girls, we need them every day. Recognize it, we pimping as we riding. Girl, them a page
me want to raise me to me right enough tune and drive them crazy. Well, I'm when I two born Jamaican, ready for the girl them in every situation. We are the girl them proud, they know we flow with the lyrical content that make them dip flow. And make the club keep jumping, turn up the bass when you hear this pumping. Summertime bounce to the music, people choose it. Sound up, girl I cruise it, well reputed car. We are the girl them champion, got enough of them like the great King Solomon. Many girls on my eyesight sexy, just like when I'm ready for your art night, just give me the light and make we the roof, we have to raise it again. We be burning, not concerning what nobody wanna say. We be earning dollars, turning, cause we mind it, but we pay. More than gold and oil and diamonds, girls, we need them every day. Recognize it, pimping as we riding. Just give me the teas and we be clubbing, yo. Clubbing, yo. Y'all make we please and we be tugging now. Tugging now. Sipping Hennessy and we be bubbling, yo. Bubbling, yo. Set to mind the teas, we gotta take it slow. So when the city SP floating, don't provoke him, cause the girls where we poking. Best thing for the recreation, to get the best girls in every nation. Some of girls we promoting and supporting, and them love how we floating, hear them shouting. First class ticket invitation, girl from New York, England and Jamaica every day. We be burning, not concerning what nobody wanna say. We be